Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a short video sort of reviewing my new 2013 Triumph Street Triple R, as well as the little external mic I just got for my GoPro. That's $3, so hopefully it's not too bad. We'll see. Anyway, so the bike's brand new. It has a little over 300 and something miles on it, 350 I think. There's really not that many good like unboxing videos slash like mini review videos out there on YouTube, so I figured I might be able to add something to this to the people who, I don't know, want to hear from like a more normal kind of a rider here. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and criticize the suspension and the brakes and all that shit to say that, oh, it's not as good as a crotch rocket, whatever. I don't ride like that. That's really not me. Makes no difference to me. What I can say is I mean, you can see in the 2013, at least to me, that over the last couple of iterations, the level of refinement that's gone in. I mean, really, this is like the ultimate kind of level here. I mean, they've gotten to the point where they've kind of got everything figured out. To me, everything looks awesome. I love the lines of this bike. There's really nothing about this bike that I don't like yet. I don't think I'm going to find anything. But, you know, I mean, a lot of people don't like preferred the undertail exhaust, the duals. I don't. I think the low boy is more attractive. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's just me. Power delivery is super smooth. I love it. Everything about it is super smooth, easy. I mean, the suspension comes tuned like perfectly. I'm 5'9", 155, and suspension seems like it was tuned almost perfectly. I mean, for me, it's absolutely awesome. It feels great on the street. At the same time, it's still pretty stiff. You go over certain bumps, and you're still going to get a pretty hefty jolt. But again, this is the R model, so all that's adjustable, which is always nice. And then you get the really awesome brakes on this. And let me tell you, when you first start riding it, be real careful with them. I mean, for one, you want to scrub them in nice, same with the tires and everything like that, obviously, but I really thought that, I was not expecting the grab, the bite that they actually do have. But to be honest, even on the regular Street Triple, I have a friend that has an 08 Street Triple. He has the regular two-piston sliding calipers on it. And those are pretty hefty as well. So for me, I mean, is it worth the extra $600? In my mind, yes, absolutely. Number one, just for the aesthetics, the red subframe, you know, the red wheel striping, just the little red accents, all that kind of thing. And I like all the neutral colors. I'm not usually a huge fan of the off colors. So is it worth the extra $600? In my mind, absolutely. Just for the suspension and the look, just for that, without the brakes including. I mean, it's kind of a bonus. I think, to be honest, it's a no-brainer at $600 extra to just get the R. But, I mean, to each his own. I've seen a lot of the regular ones out there. I mean, do you need the R? Do you need the suspension? Do you need all that? Probably not. If you're not going to be doing any track days, if you're not a really experienced kind of sport bike rider or whatever, then I really don't see as much of a difference there. But that's me. I don't think that's really stuff people need. That's a want. I mean, I only got this. I got a great deal on this. I won't tell you how much, but I did get a good deal on this, so it was really a no-brainer for me either way. What else? I mean, the other thing about the regular Street Triple is the regular one comes in that Caribbean blue color, which is beautiful in person. If you haven't seen it, if you ever go down to a dealership, make sure to check that one out. It looks awesome. The only thing that really turned me off of that one was the gold fork tubes, and then on the R they did black, which I thought really kind of helped it a lot. I mean, it's not a total deal breaker or anything. To me, for the $600 extra, it just made total sense to do this. So I already have in the mail. I already have the belly pan come in, the crash protectors for that are going to go across right here, the Triumph ones that is, and then the fly screen is in the mail as well. I'm going to wait on the exhaust. I really don't like the Aero, and I think it's extremely overpriced at $700. SC Project has already come out with a couple of good-looking ones for not very much. Leah Vinci's come out with one that, in my opinion, just doesn't really go with the bike that well. Just doesn't really complement the lines in my opinion, so I'll probably not be getting that one. I'm waiting on the Akrapovic setup, which they said I guess will be at least June or something like that. So I'll be waiting on that at least for any like real aftermarket parts. I've thought about levers and silly things like that, just little accented red parts, I mean whatever. But for the most part, it's going to stay with just the belly pan, the crash protectors, and the fly screen probably for a while, at least probably another, 4 or 5 months. So, what else? Oh, the other thing, the instrument panel on the new ones is ridiculously awesome. I mean, it's good on all of them, but all they did was refine it even more. I did not bring my key to turn it on, that's a problem. Anyway, it has everything on it. It's ridiculous. It has all the things that the 08 or 07, if you live in Europe, the 08 to 12 have on it, and then a couple extra things. Like it actually has live miles per gallon, which I think is super awesome. I have it in my Jeep, but on a bike, it's just a super cool thing to look down and see exactly how many miles per gallon you're getting. And while we're on the subject of that, they said that they made Triumph says that they made the gas mileage, I think it was like 30% better than the last model. I'm not sure about that yet, especially since I'm still in the break-in period. It's hard to say. What I can say is that 6th gear is very much an overdrive gear. And, if you're cruising along at, it's 60 and you're at like 5,600 RPMs, if you just shift up to 6th real quick, you're going to have a slight RPM drop. I mean, not a lot. But your miles per gallon will go through the roof. You're talking, it's crazy. It'll go from like 48 to 58 or something just for that. So it is pretty ridiculous. I mean, right now I think the average for the 350 whatever miles I have on this, I think I'm averaging like 39, and that's mainly, the vast majority of that is just in-town riding. There's been a couple of times where I've got out and been able to do some like more continuous runs at like between 55 and 65, and then not with no stops and the lights, things like that. And it definitely made a difference in the mile per gallon. I'm getting off an FC6R, which pretty much got the same gas mileage no matter how you rode it. I mean, plus or minus a couple. By the way, if you're getting off one of those, it's a really nice transition. If you're getting off like a Ninja 650 or a Yamaha FC6 or a 6R, or really anything from that kind of middleweight Japanese category, or even one of the 250s, really. If you're decent on the 250, then this won't be too hard. It's not hard to ride. It's not something that you really need to worry about. If you're comfortable on a bike and you've been riding for a while, it's really not. There's really nothing to worry about, in my opinion. I mean, disclaimer there: if you wreck your bike, don't come blaming me for it. But I mean, yeah, I got off the 6R. I mean, it's a nice. Mine was fully decked out and it had, I don't know, I think it was making like 70 or 75 horsepower or something. Obviously, this one is 105 at the counter shaft. But it's a nice. I don't know. I have progressed from a 250 to that 600 FC6, and then to this, and then to me, this is like exactly what I wanted. So this is what we'll be staying with. But if you're getting off of a bike like that, I have another friend who had the 650, the Ninja 650R, it's an 07 or 08, and he's liked the progression as well. Has gone from this to ride one of these. It's a very natural thing. It's easy to ride. It's no big deal. The cockpit on these is really very. It's not too bad. I mean, for me, I like I said, I'm about average size, 5'9", 155. And my other buddy that rides the 08, the seated position is basically the same. The rider triangle is basically the same. It's just, he's a little smaller. I don't know, I think we're about the same height. He's about 135, I believe. And he's on a regular street triple at the same time, but it's really not too uncomfortable. I mean, I have another friend who's 6'4", and I mean, he's a little cramped, obviously. There's a couple other bikes that, the rider triangle is a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. Like the Ducati Monsters, I can tell you from experience on the 796 that it's a little smaller. Or on the 696, it's a lot smaller. But to be honest, both of those aren't even really a fair comparison, just because they don't make anywhere near the power that this does. And to me, it's just this thing comes with everything that even the Ducati doesn't have. I mean, yeah, the Ducati has the Brembo Has Brembo calipers, okay, that's cool, you know, but the suspension on the Monster, the 796, I mean, it's not adjustable. You're talking like 86 or 87 horses. That's brakes, so at the counter shaft, I believe. This is 105. So there's it's not even fair to, that's why a lot of people review it to the 848 Street Fighter, but still badass bikes. They look awesome. But to me, this is the ticket. What else? Yeah, having had them side by side, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's just the lines. I mean, I love this bike. Everybody loves this bike. I get tons of compliments on it every day, but I don't know. If you have any questions or any like specific things you'd like me to address or talk about, then I guess post or something. I'm not even sure how long it'll take me to post this video up, if I will at all, but if I do, go ahead and post up, and I'll be happy to answer any little questions or whatever that you might have on this. Alrighty, cool, thanks.